why can a driver not get this training from the car manufacturer, for example? And let's talk price as well.
Okay. In the context of a vehicle manufacturer, look, if I were in the same position, I wouldn't do any different necessarily. So I give them 10 out of 10. But typically, when you go to a vehicle manufacturer for driver training, it's really to highlight the skills of their particular vehicle, you see?
Okay.
Now, that's great, you drive a BMW, and everybody wants to drive a BMW or a fast Golf or something like that. But think about the average motorist, what type of vehicle they drive. They could be driving a front-wheel drive, no-name brand. Learn a skill in a BMW doesn't exactly help you, or vice versa, or on a bakkie, for example. So in the commercial context, let the driver learn and be upskilled in the vehicle that he uses on a regular basis. Now, if you think about the pricing, of course, now, driver training is our business. In fact, I need to take that step. Risk management is actually our business, of which driver training is a very important component. We've got to fund it through what we deliver. We don't rely on it as a marketing exercise by selling a vehicle and you get a free driving course, which is great. Anything they can learn, I think, is fantastic. But it kind of makes it very tenuous position for us to run it as a full business, although we do particularly well. We're represented in all the main centers. We've exported our training to other parts of the world. And here is an interesting one for you. You know, when you look at European standards, and they're very good, we will give them. You take the typical driver that's used to driving in, let's call it perfect conditions. He comes to Africa and he's horrified. So when we engage with international companies, they've identified, and this is particularly on heavy vehicles, that we address the challenges of an emerging market. Not a third world, but an emerging market. So that we take the reality of what we deal with on a daily basis and build the training around them in that context, which takes into account culture, language, and all of those good things.
Okay. Are there insurance benefits then?
Absolutely. I must just qualify that though, because clearly if you look at those earlier statistics that we had. Now, can I just go to some South African statistics to highlight why it's important? According to the Department of Transport, 16,000 people die every year on our roads. That is equivalent, and here's the analogy, of a jumbo jet crashing every 10 days. Now, if that happened, we'd be up in arms and we'd be doing something really serious about it. But sadly, we see it getting worse by the year. Now, the Medical Research Council about a few years ago did research, and you know what they found? As the actual number of deaths recorded in the morgues, where the cause was given as a road crash, was closer to 25,000. So, and in one of the issues of Time magazine, after the Dominican Republic, I think South Africa's got the worst death per 100,000 ratio. So we need to do something about it, clearly. And the level that we engage
So good business for you in SA?
It's good business for us, but it also makes good business sense. A company, and we only operate at a corporate level, although we've broadened to the public now because of the demand for it. And if you come along and you want to make an investment in your skills, I promise you we will attempt to help you to any extent that we can. We sponsor organizations like Hospice. They've got a group of volunteers that kind of pay for what we do. So that's our way of giving back into society in a very, very big way.